I think 2 people potentially tried to kill her and 1 was successful. I think somebody poisoned her protein shake and then that person, the other person was hiding in the locker. Obviously, please no spoilers in the chat. If we see spoilers in the chat, you're getting blocked. I just want to let you guys know my theory. Somebody was in the locker and they saw somebody else. I don't know. I feel like somebody tried to poison her. They saw her cough of blood and it was like, nope, this is gonna be my kill. Bap, and they took the kill and then set something up to hide. I don't know. Damn, this is starting to sound really stupid. All right, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. It all started falling apart. When I started saying it out loud, it started falling apart, bro. Yo.
Ding dong.
Somebody poisoned her protein.
Ding dong in a ping pong, baby.
They forgot they just didn't put the damn thing back in C.
No, it's not your fault. ...
You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
Boring my
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class
Guys, the class trial's already about to
You know where
begin.
to meet, right?
Yeah.
Please go through the red door on the first
I feel
floor
like
of the
they
school.
want me to say Toko.
I'm on my way, buddy. Don't you worry.
Hero had that candy wrapper inside of his pocket. You know?
Okay. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up one after the other. And then...
Hello.
The ultimate martial artist.
Smiley face emoji.
A locked room of murder mystery.
Blink face. What the?
Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. XD.
This is just plain creepy.
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put a sad face, it makes it look super negative. For example,
Yes, indeed.
you have 100 friends.
He's right. That does make it seem sad.
Now then, let's get to the elevator.
That's one of my favorite emoticons.
See, you're all down there.
Do it!
Here we go.
Get into the
Trial time. All right.
Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
We
No,
know.
Hina, don't do this.
Settle down now.
Yeah.
This is the second
Always
trial in a
goes
The one
row.
who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was
Wait,
one
did
of
any
you.
of them hate her?
Oh no. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'd never kill someone.
I
No
believe
way.
the hero
I
wouldn't
don't
kill
want to hear your
somebody.
stupid excuses.
Never say never.
Hina seems
There's
really
still 2 more
sure that one
chapters
of
out
those
here.
is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing
Well,
that.
let's find out.
I don't want to write off Kyoko yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
Let's
her.
make an argument.
Kyoko.
Because
It's
of
find
the
a hole.
notebook.
so it has to be one of them 3,
But
right?
but she might have done the poison
Why
stuff.
does he act so
Oh,
dumb?
yeah, I guess that. I don't know what he's saying. I think it's something like that.
It was one of you.
Okay.
Yeah,
One of you killed Sakura.
that's true
All right.
too.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive.
Did
You
they?
hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have her. Accusing us?
I hate these.
Just imagining you making those sounds in the trial. I missed your argument with my bullet. Bang!
No, you're up.
Ding dong ping pong.
That's wrong, hero.
We had 14 minutes to figure out that.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt
Everyone
about
jumps
it.
to conclusions
One of
in the
those
same
3
exact
killed
way.
her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all 3 of them. Then does that mean one of them did it?
Not necessarily.
Okay, let's find some more holes. I'm just gonna start letting it go all the way through so I can see the whole thing.
I'm amazed that hero has lasted
Because-
this long.
Pocket trash.
Looking at you,
Come on,
hero.
no pocket trash. Oh.
It's been getting really weird
The
lately.
fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all 3 of them, there's no way that's not suspicious.
Super suspicious.
One of you is absolutely guilty.
Hina, chill out.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
Okay, fair.
I didn't either.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, tell me you didn't, guy.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Well, huh?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's wrong.
She was getting candy.
Banging that
grabbing your
statement
pocket.
left
Maybe
and
you
right.
got it from somewhere else earlier.
Today, I'm on one.
We'll see.
Hero, when
I
we
thought
were
it was-
talking before,
I was
you
crashing.
dropped a small piece of paper, remember?
Yup.
It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
You know what it's got.
Sit down. I'm about
That's
to tell
gotta
you.
be the wrapper from the candy I
Well,
gave
that means you
Sakura.
also had that candy.
Yep.
No, it's.
Oh no, Hero, why are you lying?
Ever since we
though?
got
Come
into
on,
the
don't do
warehouse,
that.
I totally monopolized that entire box of candy.
Maybe she's not.
So there's
in
no
because she's
way a single one of
pretty
them was left in the
arrogant.
warehouse.
She made sure.
pulling
In
it
that case,
off this
Hero,
well.
where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura. It's the only
Get that candy
explanation.
from Hero, huh?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure, I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
That seems like a lie.
When did she give it to you?
I told
The
you.
last time you saw
Forever
Sakura
ago.
was
Forever ago.
when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before
You
then.
doesn't sound too confident, but what Hero said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is...
When Sakura got that candy.
Yeah.
I got it!
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that, Hero.
I'm on one.
Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's
Yup,
office.
that's the
So
problem.
if that was the last time you saw her,
Yeah, we're about to
there's
turn
no
Hero into the
reason
villain
you
real
should have
quick.
had that candy.
Damn it!
Bro,
I mean,
it's not looking
what I
good,
meant was-
man.
I don't think he did it, though. I think he's just dumb.
Oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Yeah, actually.
Well, we just talked. That's all. I didn't do anything. You gotta believe me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like,
Gotta believe him, dude.
being extra. I would have been like, yeah.
You're
yeah,
acting
yeah,
incredibly
this is bad.
suspicious.
He always acts that way. Don't worry about it.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
I had a feeling this is gonna happen.
Proof? What are you talking about?
Oh man.
I'm talking about her shining message.
What?
What would a
Thing in the
shining
magazine?
message
How do you know
At the
about
scene
that?
of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It
But
was
Sakura
her
didn't have bloody
dying
fingers.
How would he know that?
Just like what you guys were talking about with
Because
Sayaka.
Hina specifically
That's true.
said,
I
I
saw
don't
it for
want y'all
myself.
touching the crime
See?
scene.
Why would she so happy to
The
say
only
that?
Toko
person that
did
should
it.
let stay there and
What
investigate
are
is
you
Byakuya,
saying?
and the other two
No
had to
way!
bounce.
I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Oh boy.
Hero, hold on.
Genius.
When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well,
Yeah,
when
it's
we
true.
found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene
Yup.
of the crime.
Thank you.
So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was under the magazine shelf.
I got it!
Nailing it.
Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
Yeah. That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
And Hero hadn't been in there.
That's true.
So how the hell
then
did
what
you know?
Hero just
Hero say
said
it was
doesn't
on her
really make
body?
sense, does it?
It sure doesn't.
Doesn't make sense?
Doesn't add up.
What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect
Oh,
sense.
of course. How could I have been so mistaken?
Oh, yes,
Well,
you're
in that
about
case.
it.
Okay, let's get the argument about this.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten
Dying
any wrong
message.
so
Like,
far.
oh, I'm dying. Let me just put
Magazine
it back
dying
on
message.
the rack
Okay.
here.
I'm gonna get this one right, guys, for all of you. This might be a load something else sheet.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
Tell us.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying
I don't
message.
think this is the bullet that I gotta
It
use.
was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Which one? I guess I got a
You
copy
saw
of
the
one.
dying message when you first found the body.
But at the time,
But that
where
time, where was the magazine?
Get ready to slow
I
it
can
down.
tell you exactly when I found the
Here.
dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun.
So yeah, we can use
I
this to
found the
obliterate his, I
magazine
think.
tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Oh my shit!
When I pulled it out,
Are you
I saw her
serious?
final words.
What's your problem? What I said
All
makes
right, could you
total
guys run that
sense.
back one more time?
Unless I take
All right,
take
shoot the stupid ass thing that pops up there.
I can tell you exactly when I found the
When Ogre's
body
go.
was discovered.
Right here.
Oh!
Okay, thank goodness I figured it out.
Contradicting her.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation.
Yep.
And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's
So he actually
no
did show
way
up
you
to
could have
talk to us,
seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on! You're focusing on the wrong part! Why does it matter when I saw it?
Oh, I never looked at it like that.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Here.
wrap this case up.
Yep, let's just go on our way then.
Nigga, you're making it worse
All
for
you gotta
yourself,
do
bro.
is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us,
Pardon me?
and we know who the killer is.
The
Toko.
Vienna
sausage?
Vienna
I
sausage
don't
have to
even
do
know
with
where to
this.
begin with that
Read
one.
the
What does that
Vienna
mean?
sausage.
He's just trying
Vienna
to
sausage
confuse
is a
us.
kind of sausage that is
Actually,
traditionally made from
can
pork
we
and
even
beef.
be sure Sakura
he's got a
wrote
weird
that message in the
pork
first
fetish.
place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so
yeah,
you know
you
it's
talking.
true.
You've been lying all the time.
Never lied to
No,
us
I
like that.
absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message.
And I know that because her hands were clean.
If this is
Oh no.
True.
The moment
no.
of truth.
moment of
Oh, we gotta do
truth.
the dancing game?
Final strike.
Already?
I guess we
This'll end it.
Damn.
Too easy to
Hate
know
it
ways
has-
right.
Get it, Makoto.
I'm
Just kidding, I don't really care
completely
about him.
unconvinced
somebody
that
move this
Sakura
Fumi
wrote
picture,
that
please?
dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But
As we remember,
both of her
Sakura
hands were
has no
completely free of
fingers.
blood.
What?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yes, that also.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Auto. I
He
think.
admits it.
Bro.
This is like, okay,
I
fine, I give
figured
up.
as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed
What?
her.
You did
Ready?
admit it?
Wait, what?
Please.
I don't believe
Let me
that.
explain what happened.
What the fuck did he do?
Yo, he
Oh, it was
killed her
an
and he
accident.
admitted
So
it
I headed
already?
to the rec room right before noon.
Or he
just like
thinks he
it
killed her,
said.
but he didn't really
You
do
just
it.
did exactly as the note asked. What a fool.
When I
I mean, he's
got
not
there,
wrong.
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of others to meet us as well.
Okay.
Do you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy.
Oh, sure, thanks.
Okay, so he didn't kill her. We got
that's
it.
all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me.
Hero.
She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her
The
head.
easiest case ever. There has to be.
I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was
Oh
happening.
no, you're dead to me now.
Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that.
I don't
Once it was
think that's
over,
what
It just
killed
went
her.
I pulled myself together.
from the back of it.
I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed.
Well, you did
deserve
do
to be
something.
So I
and
wrote
you got
Toko's
caught,
name
and
in
now you're
blood
about to
across a
get
magazine on the table and
That
ran
doesn't
away.
explain anything. That doesn't make any sense.
I can't believe you. You're the worst. I hope you die.
All right, well, I'm agreeing
Well,
with Toko now. I'm
that's
on
what
your
happened.
side now.
Go ahead.
Roast me.
Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed
I don't
Sakura.
blame you, honey, but I don't know. We have to.
We're
look at
ready to
everything,
vote
though.
now,
There's still
right?
a lot.
Allie
We
would
know
have
who
died
did it.
so many times.
Oh,
No.
man.
I think there's more to Hiro's story.
He just
What are
said
you
what
talking
happened.
about? What else could there be?
There's
still don't know
one
about the
thing
person
that
who was in
Hiro's
the locker
story
that
just
saw the
now
whole
doesn't
thing.
explain.
The second hit to the
And
head.
until we figure that part out,
They're all
we
like, dang
can't
it, we were so
consider the case
close
closed.
to getting her out of
What
here,
is
and
it
now
that
we're
Hiro
screwed.
did that doesn't make sense?
Hidden?
I don't know why you chose Toko, though.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
Like, there's a ton of stuff that's not explained yet.
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf.
Something tells me he didn't know that
Why
part
would you
of it.
take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well,
I'm an idiot.
I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting
Okay.
there on the table.
So then that's another.
Really?
Who moved it?
He's lying. He's gotta be lying.
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Just to drag it out?
Someone moved the magazine.
This trial's pretty weak.
Yeah, he's a pretty honest dude.
Maybe it's
He's
gonna have
telling
a
the
ending
truth.
good, but right now,
Someone
it's like
else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
That's what
I
we
don't
gotta
think
find
there's
out.
any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they
Because
must
it
not
would've
have
been
liked
great
what was
alibi.
written on it.
Someone who didn't
was
like
Coco.
what had been written on
Yeah,
it. There's
it was
only
Coco.
one
Who?
choice.
Here it is.
Right?
Girl.
They each tried.
Who else
tried to
would
do
want to hide the
something,
magazine
and
other
then
than the
maybe one of
person
them
whose name was
accidentally
written
ended up
on it?
actually killing
Is
him.
he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
I would
Why
get a punch
would
of
I
it.
have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right?
I don't
Hiro
understand why these
just
people
admitted
are so
it.
quick to judge somebody else.
Killed her as
Killed
well.
her.
But she doesn't.
No,
but
you
she
didn't.
actually didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't
Yeah.
doubt Hiro
Okay,
attacked
that's what I
Sakura
was
with the
thinking.
bottle. But that's not where this case
I would have
ends.
killed her anyway, because
What
it's
do you
freaking
mean?
Hoss boss.
What he means is that Hiro isn't
Yup.
the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
And then you all need to
Hiro,
watch more CSI or
Tell us
something.
what happened one more time. If we go through it once
Okay,
more,
so I killed
it should
Sakura
become
first.
clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see
He's
why,
like
but
apprehensive. He's like,
okay.
do we really have to repeat
We
this
haven't reached the
again?
end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer.
Damn. I was so wrong.
Look, on the head. 2, look, on the head.
So that would be. Oh, they give us 3.
Examination
this
summary,
time.
status of Sakura's
Finally.
body. Okay.
I didn't want to, but I
This
did
is like
it.
the second or third time they have.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby,
Let's see what they say first before I
and I
pick
hit
the
Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
Yep.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Hey, you hit it once, bro.
Once.
That's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Having a hard time.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Yeah, 2. Not 3, not 4, but 2.
That's right.
What you got,
She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But
That was snarky.
I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck
Yes.
twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that
Oh
just
no, it's
from
Coco,
some cuts
isn't
on
it?
her
Because
head?
she watched his last
She was
attacked
attacked
twice.
twice
Swamp
with
ass.
2 Monokuma
Yeah, because 2 were
bottles?
missing and the
It's
glass
not
weighed
just
more
because of her head
than
wounds.
one
It's also
bottle.
because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those
There's
bottles.
room for 6, isn't there?
Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles
Yep.
must have been used.
They're
After the
really,
instant fact,
really watering this down
After
for
the
me.
incident,
There
there
were
were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf.
Yes.
I believe the footprints were
And we
left
found
by
pieces of a
someone's
bottle on the
feet.
ground, along with the chest
no,
piece it
you're
had
wrong.
inside.
Right. That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle.
Where's the other bottle?
Right.
But originally, there were 6 bottles in total,
Okay,
meaning
fine,
1
thank
has
you.
gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6
Coco's
bottles?
maximum sausage.
That's
Been in
easy.
that room before.
The
If you
glass
look at
weighs
what the
more.
bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
They all had a chess piece.
These? Okay. Correlation
Must be. This bottle's holding.
It's not just that they're chess pieces. It's which
Oh, it's
chess
Hangman
pieces.
title.
Hangman's
Like
Gambit.
Gambit.
Okay, so
Now I
Like,
understand.
you can't complete the game, you can't read.
Man, this trial
Or
sucks.
She
maybe
literally said,
This
once
trial
they start
sucks.
talking, that they're each holding a chess piece.
Inside
my
each
God,
bottle,
really
there
gonna
was a
proudly
Monokuma
proclaim this
figure
like you
holding a
just figured it
different
out?
chess piece.
Maybe this because there's actually
King,
2
Rook,
big ass
Bishop,
open spots.
Pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was
The horsey!
the knife,
Yeah.
if I remember.
So, What's that
It means
matter?
the murder occurred
Well,
at
I
night.
guess you don't know too much about chess, do
Chess
you?
has the horse.
Then let me
I think
explain.
Why do you have
this
In
case
chess, there are
Totally
6
drawing the
different
wrong
pieces. The king, the queen,
Rook, the
the
knight, the
rook,
bishop, and the pawn.
knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
I'm getting down.
And
Yeah,
on the
you are.
And on the
My
ground
bad
was the
self.
knight.
Oh, so the
doing
queen
great.
is missing.
Very good.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene. While one apparently
Toko's my
went missing.
queen.
What does chess have
Where
to
did
do
that
with
other chess
anything?
piece go?
Yeah, Shogi is way better.
Shogi is not better, hero. I don't
not
like
me.
you anymore.
So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do
about
with
that
this
big dog?
case.
for
That
the
bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
Duh.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
I hate that they won't just tell you.
Broken. It was
They
Bottle
excited.
that was
Riddle.
missing
Broken.
is.
Oh,
was
it
Must have
excited.
been broken.
What?
Broken.
The bottle must have been broken
Yep.
What makes you so sure?
because there was
Broken
evidence at
glass.
the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle. And evidence that proves that is...
Figured it out before. Oh yeah. We weighed the bottles.
The weight of the
and one
world
was
is
fat.
resting on your shoulders, my good man.
Got it.
Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared
sorry,
the weight
guys,
of the
I'm too excited
broken
right now.
bottle
I'm too hyped
pieces
for
at the
this
scene to one of the unbroken bottles.
Sorry. Sorry, I'm going a little fast, and you're like trying to get into this one, but this
And
one's
what
kind of
we
like
found was that the collection of
Just-
pieces was heavy.
it's hurting my
And the
brain.
reason for
Just
that is
how much hand holding you're doing.
there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
Uh-oh. She worried. I think.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of
Maybe
what
it was
would reveal
Toko.
about
Maybe
the
maybe
case.
she was hiding inside the.
There'd be no doubt the second
inside
missing
the
Monokuma
shelf,
bottle is
watching the
involved
whole
in
time.
case.
Hado.
Must have been
She
used.
came out and was like,
I got it!
Second attacker.
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
I'm ready.
The second wound on
You interrupted
Sakura's head
Makoto.
came
Sorry,
from the
what?
second
You
of
interrupted
Sakura's
Kyoko.
head. Given all the evidence, this is the
But it still
only
wouldn't kill
possible
her.
conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack,
Isn't that what I just
so
said?
they had to get rid of
Isn't
their
that what your
evidence.
boy just said? Tell me
From
I'm
there,
wrong.
Sakura's
we
probably
can
already freaking
conclude
dead
that
at
it
that
wasn't
point.
Hero who
She like
delivered
sat down
that
and was
second
dead, and
blow.
they're like, ah!
Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
Yeah, Toko.
Aficionados.
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
I don't want it to be.
I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Oh, here we go with
I
this.
don't think either one of you killed her.
Yeah, right?
You were claiming you killed her.
Gassed up now.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Tries to kill
Wow.
herself.
Thanks,
Just
Hero.
remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
Biaki is about as done with them as I am, and that's his only
Kinda
saving
nervous
grace right
about
now.
it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone.
That's
Toko
a
had
pretty key
disappeared.
piece of evidence,
And you
sir.
just now decided to share that with us?
In the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Oh, of course.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
You're not
So,
wrong.
Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Oh, shit.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be
So Kyoko thinks that
ridiculous.
it's Toko that did it.
Whoa, why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
I I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find.
All right.
The moment of
truth. We gotta play this stupid dance game again.
That was easy.
Yeah, you ready?
Uh-oh.
Super
Final
impressed.
strike.
Okay, what do?
That's it. No!
Hold the space bar.
Lock your handprint.
Lock your handprint. Lock your handprint.
This should prove it.
They actually told me. It threw me off. Yeah, it threw me off
Like, I
guard
was
with
trying to
that.
pay attention to what she
Did
was
you know
saying.
someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker?
Thanks.
They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
I knew it.
She just straight up admitted it.
Yeah, because
Then you killed Sakura.
No, I swear, there's no way.
Out with it.
You know, like nothing makes me more upset than a story where the something happens in the story because one character just acts wildly out of character for no reason.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And like it's impossible to break. But with this,
It'd be
at
like
least-
Vin Diesel of the Fast and the Furious being like, I don't care about my family. Whoa, Vin Diesel! What are you talking about?
That's so good. And they do that too. God damn it. Right after they sprout a car with wings or something.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know.
Skelly
Skelly
Cat. What up?
But this game, the characters stay true and they act predictably, which is really satisfying because you're like, ow, he's gonna be like it was you.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Okay, so she was the second.
Wait. What do you mean, probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
I don't know if I want to know. I'm afraid now.
Now.
After I read
thank you, Byakuya.
Sakura's note, I decided to go there early.
Yes, thank
So
you,
I went into
Byakuya,
the
for
rec room.
getting this on the
I
road.
didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on.
Head
So
on.
I love both
so
sides
I
of Toko.
figured
I
I'd
love
just
Toko
sneak
and I
in
love both
first
sides.
Yeah.
and hide in the locker.
Okay, so she did do it
see what
second.
happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes. And I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Damn, son.
Well,
4K.
well, that's awkward.
After you left, I jumped out of the locker
She actually killed her.
and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside
Because
down.
that's important.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
True.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling.
No, you didn't.
And when I turned around,
Maybe it was Byakuya.
Maybe she's
it
just
was like
asleep.
maybe this is like a
Yeah,
triple
Maybe she's not even
situation.
dead.
there was
Or maybe it's back to
Sakura
Hero. I don't.
covered in
Let's see.
blood and staring right at me.
I would have done it too.
When I saw all that blood,
Okay.
I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Aside Jill. There she is.
What's your fault after all?
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just
I don't even know what to
answer
say about
the
this.
question.
No.
Did you kill Sakura?
Did you catch what she just said? My fault, Master's fault. They soar to greater heights when they combine, and now he's sweating. It's him.
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see...
Whoever's the voice actress of Toko and Genocide
The
Hero-
face.
Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I
Great
guess
job.
it took me by surprise.
Okay.
I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle.
wow.
No shit.
Sakura was just worried about you, and you...
Oh,
You're
no.
terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
Oh, shut up.
And when it was all
Serious
over,
problem,
you
serious
collected
problem.
the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Wonderful.
Just
Byakuya,
go
watch
away
your
and
ass,
die
boy.
your meaningless death alone.
As long as you take
Don't
out
drag me
Byakuya,
in.
all is forgiven.
Break, you know? Fate's got got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem.
Yeah, but she was already hit on
Even
the head.
as
She
strong
already
as
had
she
the
is,
blood over
she
her
must
eye.
have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Really doubt
Come
it.
on, that's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre, so that's good.
So that's good. Keep talking like Hina's gonna.
Well then, that's that. Let's start the
Stop
vote.
it, Howie. You're gonna. Huh?
She'd be jumping.
I thought for sure you'd have some words from Hero for that one.
Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right?
Oh my
Let's
God,
do
it
this.
is
I don't
Hina.
think it's still that clear.
No.
You're really
Not quite
eager,
yet.
as always.
Don't tell me it's
Still haven't
Not
gotten
yet?
the poison.
Don't tell me it's Howie.
Because we still
Don't
have
you
like
think there was something
tons
odd
of
about
evidence we
Toko's
haven't even
story?
talked about yet.
I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end.
Wasn't she poisoned?
Right?
Tell us your story
Oh my
one
God, I
more
was
time.
right the first
Oh
time.
my
what happened
God,
after
what?
you think
Oh, the
Then
misdirection.
even this gaggle of idiots
No
should
way.
understand what I'm talking about.
Gaggle.
Your wishes may
Gaggle.
command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? Bagel.
We'll find out right now, Makoto.
We don't know yet.
Because even I don't know. I'm sticking to my theory, though, that Sakura did it to herself because she wanted to end this all. But then Hiro and Genocide Jill thought that they did it.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up!
In the shelf.
Killed her there in front of the shelf!
Shelf.
No, you didn't. That's wrong.
No, not true. Objection.
Phoenix, right! No,
That's absolutely wrong.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair.
Okay, I guess that makes
If
sense.
the blow by the shelf was the cause of death,
Protein cup back.
there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
She was not moving.
So, you finally noticed.
That's
So easy to just
another
declare
lie
like
from
you
a
knew everything
bloodthirsty
after
serial
people
killer.
figure it out.
Yeah.
You sure you
on.
didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
I'm inclined
That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine.
the blood in front of the magazine.
Blood stain.
Wait, go
Oh,
back
the
up.
blood in front of the.
Did I miss it?
Yeah.
I got it!
Nice.
Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf.
Right.
The blood stained by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
No way.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors.
Exactly.
There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
I don't know.
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room,
I almost forgot about
still
that
has
part of
yet
it.
to
The
be
room was
explained.
locked.
Until we take
Thank
care
you.
of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just
you
hid
guys
in there
are
till
giving
everyone
me
showed up and opened
a
the
headache.
door?
The locker was
While
wide
everything
open
was
when
all
we opened the window.
confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
That's wrong.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding the locker is
We
because
saw
the
her
locker
was
It
too
was
small.
me.
I was in the locker.
Even
I
before we
snuck
opened
in.
the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside.
Ah, yes.
Exactly. Hina and
And
I
at that
both got a
point,
look inside.
the locker was already
you saw
open.
that.
So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then.
Well.
Where was she hiding?
He wasn't even in the room.
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very
How
much.
can you not love that
You're
face?
lying.
As
Oh,
the
well,
face
that's
of
a
a name
cute
jump.
Genocide
I've
Jill
been
fiction.
saying all
Yeah.
along, there's still more to this
Debunking
case.
really dumb
But a genocide
accusations
Jill
over and over
didn't
again.
do it. That means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well,
Poison.
I can't imagine what
That's
else
what
could
I'm
have killed
thinking.
her.
Poison.
that's
you know.
because you're overlooking vital information.
Like, I
Could we
hate
really
the
be missing
Akria.
something so
But
important?
sometimes in the trial, I'm
There's
just like,
another possible
thank
explanation.
God,
Maybe
somebody
it's-
fucking said it.
I know, right? This
Yellow
never gets
powder.
old. I don't know why.
Howie's account.
See, we're finally starting to get more bullets. I like that.
But what if she like
wasn't
killed
that
her?
Joe Roger?
Killed her on accident.
It wasn't from Genocide Jill's
They tried to
attack.
make her protein shake her.
What was it?
Nah.
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Yes!
Oh, man.
Damn!
Break.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death.
Yep. Where was
In
her
fact,
vomit?
there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
Now I'm starting to think that you
That's all it
Okay,
was.
wrap
The
it up.
file wouldn't have specified
Alright,
vomited
pack it up.
blood.
The game's still good. Everything's been great. It's just this one trial has been kind of weak, and I'm really disappointed because Sakura was one of my favorite characters. And it's like, oh, she's dead, but we're being super lame about it.
Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
Oh, did you look inside her mouth,
Believe me,
Kyoko?
I got all up in it.
Dead bodies.
Kyoko's
No,
an
I'm not
interesting person.
into dead bodies.
What do you think these gloves
What
are
I'm
for?
into is solving mysteries.
And not
But if
dying.
there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely,
Boom!
Sakura was poisoned.
Finally!
Poison? That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
Yeah, it really bothers me how it's so like each little piece is like so revelatory when it happens, and it's like, well, I knew about all these things beforehand. Like, I could have brought up the shoe powder. Like right at the beginning, I could have been like, here's all the evidence I have. There was shoe powder. There was this, you know.
Because I'm the GOAT.
You're making me go all weak in the knees.
She got some
Get a mom somebody, please.
It isn't possible.
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
Do it.
You
So,
can
Hina.
explain it?
Of course.
She does seem like she's
If
in
you
a
don't
rush to
mind.
end the trial, doesn't she?
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
True.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
D9.
Is that the poison?
Wow.
It's not an
Way
especially
to not bring
powerful poison,
attention and
but it'll
suspicion to
still kill
yourself
you
by
if you
carrying
drink an
the poison
entire
that she
bottle.
died from.
But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In
Was from
section
shelf
A,
C, but ended up
dietary
in shelf A
supplements.
with a
In
protein
B,
processing.
reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from?
That's how you say
Section
reagents?
C?
I've been calling it
Well,
reagents.
that's the question, isn't it?
No, this is the one that was an A.
Bottle
wasn't
of poison Byakuya just showed us. I'm sure I know where you
Section
got it.
I got it!
I got it!
The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
How you put a whole bottle in there?
You just said that Section A was for supplements or
Yeah, that's
whatever.
because somebody moved it, dumbass.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
it? Why indeed?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
How was the poison?
I mean, this.
Just pulls out his wiener.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya found the bottle of poison in his lips and
Swapped
swapped out. It was so confident.
Put it out.
We were
Wouldn't
so
it be great if
shocked
he was
at what
killed
we were
over?
seeing. All we could do was stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was calm as ever.
It's empty, that's why.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh, maybe it
Oh
wasn't.
no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so
It's the
high
protein
quality
powder.
about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you
So
like.
it didn't actually
Kyoko
contain
took the bottle
poison.
from
It contained
Byakuya
protein
and scraped
powder.
out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
This nigga doing the cinnamon challenge?
Yeah,
Drinking
correct.
powder in front of everybody?
That
Is it
wasn't
the same
poison
shit
in
that
the
was on
bottle,
the floor?
but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder,
How did
the
my
poison
pecs
that
get
should
so
have been in that
swole?
bottle, where did it go?
And why didn't you die from
The
it?
bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that conversely the poison must
Yes,
have been.
it
Could it
could
be?
be Makoto. Don't answer
think she would have
questions with
tasted the
questions.
difference.
Hangman's Gambit again?
It's Doctor Who time.
Now I understand.
Oh!
Holy crap!
See the judging face
Poison
going on over here?
Must
It'll,
have been
like, get
poured into the
froze into
protein can. If
I'm having way too much
protein's in
That'd
the
be awesome.
poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
Yeah, somebody.
All
Hero's
they
mind
had
is
to do was
blown.
hand her something there at the scene,
Yep.
and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
But who did that?
Protein drink? Is that
got
we're talking a protein drink, right?
You're saying
I'm
they
so
gave her
smart.
a protein drink, right?
Holy
Yeah, a
balls!
Protein drink which
Yes!
actually contained a deadly poison.
Tom, could it be Aoi?
I'm telling you, man.
Holy crap! Because
I'm
Sakura
telling you.
wouldn't have trusted anyone else, and that's why she would have smiled.
What?
That's right.
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true
Every
cause of
innocent
death.
person in this room just bashed her over the head.
I
with the
remember
nearest
Ogre saying the
object.
protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains.
She
So
did say that.
maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
That you
But what was
caused, by
offered
the
to her
way.
instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
tell her.
Evidence revealing who replaced the two
Damn.
materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Also, it's the only person who
Evidence
even
that shows who switched it has to be.
Yeah.
besides us and Kyoko.
It's her footprints.
Gotta be the footprint size.
Yeah.
It's gotta be the footprints in the powder.
Like, why would Hina
This one right
kill
here.
Sakura?
Give me that.
I got it!
God, past me.
The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
Big old clown.
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit
And
must
what
have
I
gone to
found
Section
there
A
was
to swap
one
the poison and
single
protein,
footprint.
leaving their footprints behind.
Okay.
And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no
Everybody,
problem.
give me your shoes.
All we have to do is check everyone's
Oh.
footprints right now.
That really gonna work?
Then
I'm
we'll
about to
see
go.
who.
What happened?
It was
Hello?
me.
Yeah.
There we go.
Wait.
know.
She is.
What?
No!
Footprints.
Damn,
They're
Hina.
mine.
There's no way it was you.
The fudge.
What? Excuse me?
If you're all gonna find out anyway,
I
I'd
can't
rather you
be.
hear it straight from me.
No, there's no way she killed her. I was like thinking that it could have been her because of the candy wrapper stuff and the fact that she kept saying, "Hey, let's vote right now." But it really is her.
What did you do?
She is Stone Cold
Ogre's
Killer.
killer was.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
But
I did it.
oh my
I killed
god!
Sakura.
How many people are gonna confess to this
Just
murder?
as I
No!
suspected.
What do you mean?
Man, I should have stuck to my guns on this one.
She had to drink it
Footprints
herself,
were
right?
made by a
talking
pair
about?
of sneakers. There was no mistaking it.
Oh no.
And the only people here who wear sneakers
No
are.
loyalty here.
Because that's why Byakuya was like,
Makoto and
"Let me
Hina.
see your shoes."
Oh.
I got it!
Like, bitch, there ain't no powder on my
Me
shoes.
and Hina are the only ones.
What you talking the fool,
Oh,
man?
so
We already
Byakuya,
tested our foot in the
that
fucking-
explains why you...
Yeah, we asked to see his shoes.
No.
No.
Yeah, that's why he immediately.
That makes more sense.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other
There's
possibility.
no way she did it on purpose. Is there?
Plus,
I'm about to
Hina's
be
been
sick.
acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on
But she's
someone
not
else,
actually
haven't
black
you?
and
I'm not.
Don't do
fully
this to me, game. I
convinced
can
yet.
handle
I know.
this.
It doesn't
I
feel
can't
like the
believe
end.
it.
I can't believe
What about
it too.
it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's why it's so
likely
crazy.
exactly
they were
why
best
it
friends
turned
and
out
she
this
was
way.
best
What do
friend.
you mean?
Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the
Oh,
concoction.
so sneaky.
Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us.
I can't
I
accept
have to
this.
say,
There's no
Hina,
way that
this
this
coming
is
from
true.
you, this
I've
was a
tried.
particularly nasty little scheme.
I'm saying that does it count?
Is it true?
As her killing? Does it count as her killing Sakura if all she did was just hand her the drink with poison? I didn't force you to drink it. I just gave you a drink with poison in it. You drink it, you technically killed yourself. I didn't kill you.
No way. ...
Is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
There's no way.
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt.
Okay.
She asked me to bring her that protein drink.
Or
But
somebody swapped the poison, but
when
she
I went
didn't
to
know
get
it
the
was
powder from the
poison.
chem lab, it just
No.
occurred to me all of a sudden.
that's terrible.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought,
No
right?
way. There's no
That's
way.
when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she
Yeah.
drowned it
She purposely did
all
it.
at once.
She just admitted that she
And-
poisoned it.
What?
And then
Hold it.
There's no way this
I'm
is
not
true.
convinced.
Finish her explanation.
You're not about
and
to
then we
claim
can
she
hold it and go
wouldn't
back
kill a
over
close
stuff.
friend, are you?
Those two are
You
inseparable.
still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing
I
here
swear to
isn't
God, if
so
it's not Hina,
That
I'm gonna
doesn't
lose my
matter.
mind.
Those
Honeyed
two are
words
different.
like friendship don't matter here.
I don't think it was
What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating
I
them.
think it's Byakuya.
Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed
Sakura
to
still
save
accepted
herself.
it and locked herself in the room. That's why she was
You
wrong.
say that, but I'm still not convinced.
Thank goodness, Kyoko, you're here.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Man,
Are you talking about the
there's
locked room?
also that. So how did that occur?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
Oh man.
No,
I don't even
it
know
doesn't.
what she's saying
But the
anymore.
fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not. Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Oh shit. I would like to see these two get together actually.
She
I'm gonna be
switched out
honest.
the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can
crazy,
doubt this.
everybody.
Are you
Somebody else
sure
is
about
being pushy
that?
right now.
Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe
We
it.
understand. We
just
don't
doesn't
think
fit.
she did it. Let's
One
stop
the
and
other,
fix
then
it.
the other,
I
then your
mean,
mother. It's
Why
like,
would someone
who did
leave
it?
such a clear clue
Who
like a
killed
footprint?
her?
Oh,
too-
that was my
I
question.
killed her.
Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
Did you, Hina?
That was... I was just nervous. I didn't notice I left...
Sakura's behind
I
it
didn't
all!
notice I left a
Okay, now
footprint.
she's
But like, why is she now trying to sell herself as the killer? This is what's confusing me. Like, now she's trying to sell it. Like, yeah, it was me. Like, yo, I just made a mistake. I left a footprint. Like, this is so weird.
like
Sweetie,
stumbling on a
you
word.
didn't
I don't
notice?
even know if she didn't know. I'm so
Yeah,
confused. I have
that's
a
just
headache.
how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail?
Tell us everything.
Tell us
again.
more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
backflips right
But how come? That doesn't matter.
going on?
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Like, I know it's not
Fine.
her.
It's because
Waste
she
your
likes
time if
Makoto
you
or
like.
something?
It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
Love y'all
There's
confused.
nobody
sweating
else
now.
to
I'm
suspect.
done. I'm totally
Nobody
done.
else could have possibly done it.
Oh man, he's gonna
Go
look
ahead,
like
Where
such
were
a
you, Start from the moment you arrived at the chem
Let's
lab.
turn
Okay.
the spotlight to you.
Well, right away, I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
Okay, this part ain't
I see. Okay, then, go on.
So are they trying?
So then I moved to
Are they
Section
trying
A
to like
and got
do
the
something
protein
fancy
powder.
to where like
and
the
that's
killer
where I
is
switched
already
them.
dead, so no one
Once
can
I was done
graduate?
with that, I took the
Yeah,
protein
yeah,
can that
it
had
was
the poison in it and left the
Because he
room.
probably saw.
But I
he probably
accidentally
saw
put
her
the
do
bottle
that.
filled with
He's like,
protein
"Oh,
powder back on the
bet."
wrong shelf. And because of that,
I'm
everything
so
I did got
confused.
found out. And that's it.
that story you just told.
It smells
moved.
like-
First you went to Section C to get the poison.
No, we've smelled before.
Then moved to
hasn't it?
Section A to get the protein,
Wait a
right?
minute, she couldn't have done
Meaning
that.
you went from
Because of the way
Section
the
C
footprints are, right?
to Section A.
What is life
Do I
right
have
now?
that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true, so they want to go.
Isn't that a little strange? But also, why would Byakuya make
Can
him
you
draw it
repeat
out?
that series of events
Oh my God.
one more time?
So many
What's
repeating
wrong
things.
with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Till we figure it out.
Let it be
Oh,
a
Big Mac!
math problem. I feel the same way.
Are we
I
just
didn't like
getting
him at
started?
first because I thought he was
It
a
also
little
doesn't
bitch boy.
explain how the
Has the
powder
real
got on
He
the,
just wants the truth. And
On
he's
her
looking
shoe.
out for his
shoe.
friends.
Footprints in
Footprints
powder.
in powder, chem lab shell.
Chem lab
source
shell.
of powder.
Source of the powder.
Footprints.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yep.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C
That's
to
where you drop
Section
the
A.
footprints.
I moved from Section C to Section
Damn, that's the first L I've taken.
A. First up, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A.
Man, this is so confusing.
First, I went to Section C.
Okay.
That's when I grabbed the poison. That's all
Okay.
there is.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must
Okay.
we tolerate this?
Okay, I got it.
Protein powder back in Section A. Section
I don't think that's right.
Oh my god, this one's actually fucking hard.
Take powder from Section C.
First, I went to Section C. Section
Okay.
A.
She moved from Section C to
And
Section.
that's where I switched the powders. There's two.
It's not footprints in the powder. It's not chem lab
Honestly,
shelf.
that's enough.
How much longer must we tolerate this?
And then he says, in the chem lab, where were the footprints and what direction were they facing?
They were facing away.
First, I went
So
to Section
source of the
C.
powder.
That's when I grabbed the poison.
Okay.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf. To Section A.
I thought we did that one already.
But
We
that,
did that one
I'm so
already.
confused though, because if she if she went from Section C to Section A,
I don't think
she
there's
didn't.
any-
She dropped the
there's
bottle
no-
right there.
but
The
there's
direction
no-
of the footprints.
Yeah, but there's no
Oh, okay.
footprints to
the
Section
foot.
C.
Oh, okay. So the footprints were from Section A, but the
C.
footprints didn't go to C.
Yes.
They were just. Okay, I have time to figure this out. Okay, because me and you are collab. All right, the footprints were literally around Section A, and that was it though, right?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm actually getting fucking bodied by this, bro.
They said, please just check your clues.
So they only were by Section A.
So she's lying. But she didn't.
Shoot! That's when I grabbed the poison.
What?
Footprints is
And
gonna
you
be the
spilled some of the
answer.
powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed. Okay.
And then
I
Oh,
moved
Grant
from
said about
Section C.
That.
No, we did that already. That we kept.
With footprints in the power? Because I thought we were shooting it with the other
Once
one.
I was
Which
done
other one?
switching them, I put the
lo-
bottle
the
filled with the
source.
protein powder back
Oh,
in Section
We
okay,
have to
okay,
shoot
okay,
footprints
okay.
in the
the bottle
powder.
with the
So I was hitting it with the
First,
source
I
of the
went to
powder instead of
Section
the
C.
footprints.
That's when I grabbed the poison. And you spilled some of the powder. Yeah. Okay. And I moved from Section C.
That's wrong.
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, you're right. It's that.
No, that's wrong.
I was just thinking there's no footprints near Section A at all, so I thought maybe it was the other one.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah.
Bro.
What about it?
Bro.
And after that,
Dancing.
you
Oh
said
my
you moved from
God.
Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving
Yeah,
from
they were
Section
also
C to
dancing
Section
all
A.
around Section A, and that's
That
it.
contradicts what you just said.
Why the heck you lying?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
Tell me again what she just said. Doing the flashback. Oh my god, are you serious?
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Oh shit, Daddy Byakuya getting upset.
Well,
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If
Like
you look
a
at the
bagel.
footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious.
No, I didn't. Wait, I killed her. No, I didn't either. Who killed her?
Powder had already been spilled when you came in,
Not on
and
the
you went
team
straight to
Brew. That's
Section
really
A.
proud.
My brain is
So you
totally
never
clear.
went to Section C.
I think they get
Whatever
the
you
idea.
did there,
that's it.
it only involved
no.
Section A.
Show them again.
well, you see.
What is she doing?
What the?
What?
What the hell? What's going on here?
Yeah.
No idea.
Freaking
The
out.
only problem with her
I
account.
don't even know. What?
I've never seen him like I don't
Before
think
I
I've ever seen
explain
that
that
sprite
part,
before.
I'd like to submit some new evidence.
Okay,
New
what?
evidence? Impossible. There can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
Uh-oh.
Idiot.
Did?
Oh.
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me.
Oh, I see.
I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue.
Wrecked.
A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already. What is it you think you found?
Yes,
Saying,
please.
like,
I found
if you found
this.
some evidence and you
Dun,
think you know
dun, dun.
something, share it with everybody.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Glass boy, she told me.
Oh, you still don't realize?
So sassy
Well
right
then.
now. I love it.
Makoto, why don't you explain
Oh,
it?
You're already talking.
Why don't you explain it? It's your evidence.
If you really do know, explain the meaning of that
Sleeping with
shard of
Byakuya?
glass.
The shard of light blue glass Kyoko
It
found
has to
in
be
the
a
bottle
yes.
of poison.
I
I
got
don't
it!
understand why he would go after Sakura.
It's part of the window from the rec room door,
Why the fuck
right?
could it be in a bottle?
The window?
I'm sorry to be all bitchy and whiny, but
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be
It's
it.
like, I don't know. How did this happen?
You're right. It must be.
So this is actually an interesting
Of
part.
course,
Okay.
that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window?
So she put it in section A.
Right?
I got it!
Yeah, okay.
You got
Sorry.
me
The
there.
bottle of poison was left on the shelf in
Listen.
the chem lab.
Listen, okay?
That is what you said, right, Hina?
No, this case, there's too much shit going on, bro.
And yet,
don't lie.
somehow a piece of glass
My
from
brain
the
is
rec
sizzling
room
right now,
window
so
made its way
anything
into
I
the
say
bottle.
is just foolishness.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
Pretty much.
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab.
Okay, yeah. Do you think it was when he was like, "Oh, at least make this exception for me to investigate the crime scene"?
Yeah, and then he took the empty bottle from the crime scene and filled it with protein powder. But there was a shard of glass in there from when it was on the floor.
Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on.
So you
You're
telling me
moving
that
too fast.
everybody
I'll grant you, the
except
bottle
me
of
and
poison
Kyoko
may
tried to
well
kill
have been in the
Sakura?
rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked?
Eventually, right?
We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right?
That's true.
If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
Candy.
You're right.
No,
We
get
do
to
need to
Candy?
explain
I
so
don't
that.
much
know.
of it.
I don't know. Let me shut up.
But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here. It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
What do you think this is a game where we
Not at
shoot
all.
arguments with a gun?
Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, No,
And
not
it was
that I
right in front of
remember.
the door, so they already
Yeah,
had to step over.
me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say
He's
that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence.
It was on top of the glass, not under it.
There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was open.
I have no idea.
I know
who
that
did
it was on
I'm
top of the
sticking
glass.
with my
What do you think is
Sakura
going on
did
right
it
now?
herself theory. I'm not blaming anybody
I'm
no
upset
more.
that I'm
Oh, yeah,
not
yeah.
sure. Like, I want
When it
to be able to
when
just
it
say
comes to that
I don't
protein
know.
can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying
Wait, I only have 4 minutes
someone
to answer this
planted
shit?
it there after we got the door open?
No.
3 more statements.
No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time.
That's impossible.
It had to be. It
getting
was in
nervous.
there before the rec room was unlocked.
Yes! That?
No, that's wrong.
It was empty,
Sometimes
so...
you have to.
It's a little weird.
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah. What does the game want me to do? Like, I know what the right answer
I'm
is.
just like,
around the
it's
room,
one of those things
right?
where I complicate
Of
things a little
course,
too much.
it
and I
came
was
from the
way too
window
far
you
into it,
broke
and
to
I
get
ended
in.
up confusing
What
myself.
about it?
He's
Well,
so angry.
those
The
pieces
ants would
weren't
come
just
down.
scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after
So that
the window
means
was
somebody
broken.
definitely did it.
So it had to be after we got into the room.
Okay,
So Sakura didn't do
What
it.
can I say? Someone like
I see.
frame it.
I
So
know,
that's
right?
your
Desktop wallpaper.
Bro.
Yoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over
Did I
it,
not read it right?
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison?
So maybe, okay, what if it was Sayaka? What if she wanted him to go to the chem lab? Oh god, I'm accusing everybody. They want to accuse me when I lose? Not Sayaka, not us. Oh my god.
I thought we all agreed she was
done,
tricked
bro.
into drinking
Okay.
it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why.
If this is a real court case, sure, I'll be going to jail. Like, they would have locked me the fuck up. Yeah, I'm like, sir, just put the cuffs on me and just. The protein can.
If I was the lawyer, I would have lost my job.
The protein can. It was by the locker room. All right, sir, you're coming with me.
The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely.
crap.
She was alone in
right.
a locked room.
That
All
doesn't
she
make it
had was
good.
the poison.
I feel so bad for
What other
Sakura.
possibility is
So
there?
So she literally killed
She
herself.
drank
right?
it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry.
What?
Please, tell us.
Wow,
we get
that's
to that,
humility
we
from
need to clarify
Byakuya.
one other
Tell
thing.
me.
We
that the
need to
first
establish who
inferior
exactly
sex
got the
entire
poison
life?
from the chem
Terrible
lab
human.
and took it to the
Piece
rec
of
room.
poop.
Piece of garbage.
It was Hina,
trash.
right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think,
So
Makoto?
what is spilled on
it
the
was
floor
Sakura.
in the chem lab? It's poison, right? Or is that protein?
Well,
So could it have been
Sakura, I
Sakura?
guess.
Sakura.
did it.
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned
Put in
herself?
all that work for no reason.
What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like
He's not
that?
gonna be able to accept
No,
it.
it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it.
We're gonna play the dance game again?
Oh, you're gonna make me do
Moment
this
to
again?
The
I hate
moment
that I was
Third
right.
time.
Let's
That was
dance.
my theory. The moment of
Okay,
truth.
final strike.
Do you have any kind of proof, Sakura? Sakura took the poison?
Bam!
This should prove it.
Freaking face!
This should prove it.
It's on her
nail powder on her shoe.
Totally forgot about it, but it came back to my mind. I remember earlier in the episode,
Did you
I
know
forgot
that
about it,
Sakura's
it was all the way
foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
To her shoe.
And Sakura did say if
did.
anything happens to me.
The same yellow powder that
before
had
she
been
died.
spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it?
Maybe, I don't know. We need to clarify
So the
something
powder
first.
we found on Sakura. What else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura.
Why is Hina lying about all this shit?
Yeah, I don't get
And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep.
Right.
Is there any problem with my thinking?
Okay, all right, hear me out. She said today is when I end everything, right? I think she invited the three of them to the rec room so that they would witness her body when she dies so that the notification would go off. Because 3 or more people have to be around when you die, right? But if the 3 of them saw her, it would ensure that none of them would die and that they wouldn't blame anybody else. Because Sakura's not foul like that. So she was like, okay, they don't trust me. Here, thank you for the donut. Here, I'm gonna take myself out. Notification finna go off. Like, okay.
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because...
Oh no.
She can't accept it.
Because
She's
I
fucked up.
killed her!
She would've got all of them.
She's trying to get everybody
didn't
killed.
kill her.
So she's like, oh, okay.
The one that killed
Sakura did it to herself. I'm finna get us all
Connecting with
killed.
Sakura on the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it.
You want to select Sakura?
Yeah.
Yes, my favorite part?
It was,
Wait.
it
Oh,
was
we
Sakura.
can actually choose her dead body.
Here's my answer.
Do you have anything to say about
The
that,
one who
Sakura?
killed
I'm
Sakura
kidding.
was Sakura herself.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because the freaking door was locked and she was the only one that could have been there the whole time.
So
So
you're
maybe
saying
she did it,
it was
but we never
suicide?
expected that to begin
I
with.
don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
Or maybe you
I
can, R.
can't
Kelly.
believe it either.
But show us.
Or
No.
rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that,
So that
explains
way,
why we couldn't
no
solve the
one else
mystery of the locked room.
Because, of course.
Yeah.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm
I
sure
really
she
thought it was
locked herself
Yakio,
in
from
so
the way he
nobody
was
could
acting.
stop
Oh, yeah,
her
in
from
that
doing what
moment?
she
Yeah.
did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you?
Why?
I guess I can't
would've
blame
died
her,
anyway.
really.
When you
Everybody
found her
else would've
body,
got killed.
you stayed
Shouldn't have
right
done
there near
that.
the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them.
I have to go get them. I have to go get
To get the others.
She ran out immediately.
And shake
On
your legs,
shaky
Hina
legs,
left the rec
Hina
room.
left the rec room. I didn't suspect
You
anything.
said you were going to go get everyone else.
But she didn't.
But your
They showed up
real
on their own.
intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it?
I think they showed up on their own.
No, she got me.
Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, The footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room,
all will be revealed.
You got everyone.
But how a piece of glass got in that poison bottle, that is, I don't like that right.
I just don't understand why she would want to take a fall for it.
Yeah, I know.
while everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground.
Hina.
Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
But I guess you've been replaced by a Hina clone or something.
Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death.
But what
That's why you
happened to
didn't
us?
bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
Why? You might even show up at the dining hall tomorrow, bro.
Yes.
I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
Bro.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is.
Is she doing this
Actually,
so she doesn't have
no.
to live without Sakura?
You're right.
I'd like to
she's
introduce
trying
40
to,
more
like,
pieces of new evidence.
Maybe we'll find out.
Yes! I love this part!
The killer is you!
No, we didn't need that.
Okay. Send it to Sakura, Makoto.
This
All right.
case began when Sakura asked a
I don't
number of
even think I got
people
any
to
of
meet
them
her in the
all.
rec room.
What? No!
Specifically,
I got the first one
those
wrong!
people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them
is
headed
so
out
cool.
a
I love
bit
this
earlier
so
than the others. Toka. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Yes.
I don't know how
Oh,
to
good thing
change
we
though.
switched it. Okay.
And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight.
Okay.
Are you clicking? Oh, I could just hear this rustle.
From inside
What
the
is
locker,
that?
she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro.
I love how this artist draws Hero's hair.
I know, it's great. It's like an explosion.
He mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked.
Hina killed her.
Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking
Imagine
he'd
Sakura
killed
just
her,
sitting there like, hey, you want some
he
candy?
began covering up
Want some
his
candy?
crime.
Oh, damn, nigga. Like,
He took a magazine from the
Crazy.
table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down.
Oh, poor Sakura.
Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her.
Oh, man.
This explains why there were
And
two
that's when
wounds on
Sakura said,
Sakura's
"Nope,
head.
no, that's
Assuming
this
Sakura
shit.
really
I'm
was
leaving.
dead this time,
I'm over
she set about
humanity
disposing
right
of
now.
the evidence. She gathered up the broken
how she
Monokuma
ran out
bottle
of the room.
shards and the queen
The
chest
legs?
piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon.
And then that was when Sakura was like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
But even after those two blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture.
Why,
And there,
though?
No,
took her
and why
final
did she
breath.
call everyone there?
later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside.
Wait, why
But
is Tina
someone
looking like the
already
villain
knew what
that's
had
in all the
happened.
comic books?
Knew that she had committed suicide.
There's have to be pre-planned because Aoi didn't see
And that
any of it
same
happen.
someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground.
Right.
And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort...
Poor Hina.
Why do you have to do it like this, looking off into the light?
That's the full truth of the case.
So what do we do in this case?
So Hina's still alive, right? Like she's not gonna get
Sakura
killed.
took her own life.
I don't think so.
And you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right? That's
Why
what
did
happened?
you do that?
But Makoto, how did you manage to? How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Don't worry about it. I'll meet you later.
Because you're a dumbass. Like you're a thorough dumbass.
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated.
Businessman.
That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this
Oh.
case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the ass.
But if Byakuya didn't give her the bottle with the glass in it, she would have got clapped.
I got an A again. Whatever. A.
Is it like a
A
time?
C.
I guess she's talking about why she
Fuck
was
with
down, you know,
C4.
for
That's
a
the
while.
shelf where the poison is kept.
What happens now?
I think
Oh, yeah.
Real mad if they don't.
Okay, okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously
This is
forgot?
pretty unique.
Look, it was an interesting case,
I
okay?
can feel my
I guess we all
energy
vote for
draining
Sakura.
out
That's
of
you
me.
pooping.
And I guess we
Please
just
don't
cremate
poop on
her.
your chair.
We just
You
like
don't
kill her
really
again.
have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna
Obviously,
be?
Sakura
I'm glad
killed
we don't-
herself, but
I'm glad we don't
What's
have
it
to
gonna be?
What's the punishment gonna be?
for us.
Here it is.
There's no punishment time, obviously.
Oh no,
Yeah.
we don't.
Okay. Oh, you can.
just-
You can
it just
vote for.
is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
Yep,
But
no
then
execution this
what
time.
happens with the
Dead.
scene?
okay.
Unless he does some fucked up.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself. Okay, we're done here.
That's the whole truth, huh?
Existence.
I see.
What did you say?
But there's still one thing I don't understand. Hina,
Come
why
on.
did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us. And yet you...
What are you thinking?
Why did you do that?
Yeah, we almost died there
Don't
and
be
stuff.
mean.
Because that's exactly what I wanted.
Oh, she just want to kill everybody.
What?
I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all you pushed her into a corner.
You all killed her.
They pushed her into a corner.
that's why.
She was the one who was the spy.
You should have been the one to
be
die.
the only one that died.
Me?
You're gonna take us all with you?
We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
Yo, I
Crimes.
thought she was pretty stable, but she's
Nuts.
talking a little
He's so
crazy right
delicious.
now.
Is this? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this.
Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
That's.
I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note.
Oh, I get it now.
Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. We remember that. I ran out after her and...
Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine.
Can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No.
You tried to protect me, but because of me,
forgiveness.
my closest friend got hurt.
Forgive this.
Because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other.
Stupid death.
This is all my responsibility.
Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. Which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them.
You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is?
Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you.
Hina.
Please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're
We're friends.
Oh no, Sakura, my heart.
She
Not all three
clearly
of them
believed.
together could not
She
even.
completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend.
Beat her with bottles.
All of us. And yet,
That is undeniable.
and yet,
This is awful. This is so bad. You trampled all over her feelings and then you did the unthinkable.
No, that was just a misunderstanding.
don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you
That
wouldn't
is
even
so
listen
sad.
to what she
just
had
wanted
to
to talk to
say.
them, and they're all hitting her with
Without
bottles.
asking a single question, you tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's how far you'd push her. Sakura, what happened to you?
Nothing happened.
Hina, you came.
Wait, right here. I'll help
Oh
you
my
out.
god. I am so sad.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you.
What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to
A
ask.
favor? Huh?
I'd like
Some protein.
Could I ask you to?
Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back.
So that's how she got her out of the room.
That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. She didn't want Hina to be there. She sent her away.
Sakura! Let me in!
Please!
Please open the door!
Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet, you all blamed her.
Why?
I tried to protect her and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her. People like us shouldn't be allowed to live.
That's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial.
Sakura died hating
Wait,
all
she
of
died
us.
hating all of us?
I wanted to free her of her regrets.
I don't think
But
that's
even
true.
that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker.
Oh man, come on, man.
It's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What did you say?
Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion of what her suicide note meant.
Of course I know what she was thinking. 'Cause her and me.
Well, what I'm really trying to say is,
Yes, indeed.
don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this? The last testing of Sakura.
What is that?
Isn't it obvious?
Of course.
A suicide note.
Yep.
Sakura's suicide note.
What? But he'd already.
Oh, I wrote that one.
Too bad.
That was all me, baby. Oh, wow, he wrote the suicide note for her. This is the one Sakura dressed Hina and put in her room.
What? Then you lied?
Oh, don't say lie and make it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit. Wow. I can't help it. You totally took my little scribbles at face value. I didn't even have Sakura's signature on it.
Filthy little.
I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the only ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene. Cut.
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
I'm glad you asked.
What
For
are
your
you
benefit,
gonna do?
I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice. But, you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place? And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Could you get on with it,
Enough
please?
already.
Okay, geez, talk about a buzzkill. All right, here we go. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me. She has like punching boards all in her room.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less
They
than
were probably
murder.
worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching you in fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray.
She wrote all
I
this on one
cannot
piece of
betray
paper?
those who would call me their
and
friend.
that's how I came to feel.
The cooler thing to do would just be to
that's
tell
why
us who the
Sakura-
mastermind was.
Yeah.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone hate her. Her decision to stay true to all you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in
But
mind.
unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that
I
as
have
well.
obligations to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
The mastermind demands I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe. And above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning.
Sakura, you're so
Man,
Whatever
Sakura's-
you think of me,
She's a good
please
lady.
know
Dude,
that you
she's
are
still my
all
fave.
my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Then,
That's a good way to go
Sakura
out in this game.
didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us. She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
She didn't end her
Correct.
own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that. It was only her
However-
limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you
The
especially.
reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path I've chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so
And that's why
sorry
he
to
took it.
ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions, not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else, no matter what. Just survive.
This is. I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close. And still.
But in the end, all her
What are
meddling
you
was
gonna
like
do?
totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway.
Oh, I understand, but, like,
Thanks to you, her death
you
had
got
no
an asshole
purpose
there
at
running
all.
around just
Fact
handing
is,
her the
because of
note.
her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one. She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided.
What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste. Say what? Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
Damn straight.
You know?
This is all because of our misplaced hatred. I don't blame her, I can't blame her, and nobody can blame Hina either.
Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered, because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else.
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. How do you expect it to go any other way, really? How strange. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember? Your enemy is each other!
He's absolutely right about that.
Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you?
This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game.
I'm sorry? What does that mean?
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game. There's no
Don't make me
point in
repeat myself.
participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What's going on here? What?
Now I have only one thing to look forward to. And that is
It's
to
all
heap
clear.
the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me.
Oh, damn.
Byakuya, does this mean... Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking.
Wherever Master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire.
Everyone.
Well, hey, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning?
Even Byakuya was
boring.
moved.
But
I
nothing
can't believe
good
this.
can come out of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
The fun time?
Anyway, let's forget about the good for nothing backstabbers and get back on track. In the moment you've all been waiting for, punishment time.
Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead.
You're not gonna.
Isn't me?
Oh heavens no! Just because the Blacken is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about bare times one rule. But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest.
A special guest?
What? Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
What the hell is gonna happen?
No!
No!
Our computer broke
Oh,
down!
not
Computer!
Alter
Oh
Ego!
no! No! Alter ego!
Oh, that's so sad. What an alter ego is
Damn!
Well, so
He
tried
found
to
the
hack into
computer that was
system.
gonna help them get out of there.
Oh, no, alter ego.
Imagine just being like, huh? Next
Not
time you're
twice.
open.
What's
He
happening?
doesn't even know what's going on.
Excavator destroyer.
Oh.
We just wasted our entire time.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
Damn.
I hate this
He's
game!
messed up.
What the hell?
Look at us flopping. I can't stay mad at him.
But sure, we wasted our entire time, like, getting him to that other secret room.
Sucks.
Wait, did he just turn it into something evil?
Oh, he like sculpted it into a little ball, huh?
But
Here goes
I mean,
that
maybe she
hope.
got out in the network.
Okay, no, he just crushed it into a ball.
Yeah.
Alter ego didn't even know what was going on.
I could see that.
You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk.
Ooh, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence, grilled is where it's at.
I realize how dangerous it could be. But still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but
Poor alter ego.
when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid.
Alter ego's words raced through my heart and soul. My disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy, boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth.
How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him!
Huh? You were friends with the laptop?
What's the matter?
That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with the basketball?
Shut the hell up. He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend! And you killed him!
Is that what you call animism? Where the soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way, and I was trying to find, it was trying to find things out all sneaky.
So, just
You
as I
finally
thought.
noticed him.
Finally? No, I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the start.
What?
You knew.
What are
and
you
were
thinking?
still cocky enough to let us take the plunge.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Or maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult. Of course, I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal. So I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
Alter ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed.
Yeah, punishment time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better. Experience a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower.
No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everyone who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this.
Holy moly, you're super mad. Just unreasonably upset. Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I just need to read the postscript.
What script?
Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Do I have your attention? Okay, then here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly.
One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school.
What? A clue?
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here. And so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory. Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today.
That's really frustrating.
What? You can't just stop at the most important bit.
It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you won't even freaking know, huh? That's the whole point, stupid! It's to get back at you for all your... Wait. It's to get back at all you for hardening your resolve.
Fine. But at least Sakura's note.
Well, I gotta ever let any of you greaseballs have it.
But...
Sucks for you, loser! Wait, what's this?
What is it now?
What?
There's one last line in the note. Let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it. Oh, wow, what a stubborn loser, huh?
She won't lay down and die. She'll fight you?
Well, whatever, who cares that some dead musclehead what some dumb musclehead has to say. Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know. And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long and hard.
I don't want to do either of those things. I'm thinking
Those
about
were his
you.
parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of this school. The mastermind did something to us. Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she?
Yeah.
It was after Celeste's trial was over.
Oh,
What did you do?
right.
What did you do to my body?
Yeah.
What?
Answer me, what did you do to my body?
Hey.
The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plan to bomb in us or something? If we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
So the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone. So now what do we do?
What else is there
Yes.
other than to head back up?
Oh yeah. Okay, let's get out of here.
But Hina
must still feel responsible.
Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat. I would never have
Not
lost to that
possible.
kind of challenge.
What are you talking about? Kyokyo and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Shut up.
wrecked.
Seriously. I'm sorry.
How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Okay. Sorry. I see what you mean. Then I'll try. That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
No, 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 no! I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master!
Oh, what are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
Sleazeball?
What did you say?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball because you are. Sleazeball!
Apparently you still have a death wish.
Oh, more biting sarcasm? No wonder you don't have any friends. Hey, stop fighting with Master! monster! You're making me jealous! I want the abuse give and take! Me!
Guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And so Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on, and we all went back to our rooms. Before long, night snuck up on us.
I feel like I called it in the beginning of the episode, but I'm not happy about that because of what happened to Sakura.
Ding dong bing bong, everybody.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen
woke me
into
up
such a deep
inside.
sleep.
Can't wake up.
But the night still wasn't over.
So poetic right
a voice. I could hear a voice.
What?
You've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah. Wake up.
Huh? The voice dragged me from my deep slumber into a hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead.
Hello?
Oh
shit.
Kyoko, what
Can we talk about the zippers on her sleeve?
Yes, it's me.
Those are fantastic. Into it.
Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko.
Just woke up. Give me a break.
Wait, what?
What is it? What is a
Flash, I was
I don't know.
what are you doing here?
I'm here to wake you up.
It's true.
Oh, I see. Wait, but my door.
It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless.
It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey. Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised.
What time is it?
3 o'clock. In the morning,
Correct.
of course.
It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up in this hour?
Oh, she wants some.
Oh, and she's by the bed?
Damn. Taking part in those extracurricular activities, I see. It's so late. What happened?
I have a favor I need to ask.
What's your favor?
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that.
Okay, but how do we plan to do that?
She's gonna kill you.
Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered,
I don't know!
Sexy.
The data center on the 4th floor.
What?
I'll meet you there.
Goodbye.
What?
Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? But I thought it was locked.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Made my way into the
Around the
after-hours
school.
school and headed to the data center on the 4th floor. Eventually, I wound up at the data center. When I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already? I put my hand on the door with a certain amount of force.
Are we getting tricked?
Didn't open. Tried again, but rattle. It must be
Does
locked.
she need us out of our room for
What
something?
was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor.
Oh, what are you doing up, mister? Breaking into the locker room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know?
Well, I just...
You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? But I can see that you don't. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself. It looked like you might break in any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or are you gonna try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something?
No, it's not like that.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed.
What's wrong now? Why are you out here making a racket?
Just a second.
Kyoko?
Yeah.
You too?
Whatever, the team just get back to bed. I'm puzzled exhausted from the class trial.
You didn't do anything.
Sure,
You sat
it's
there.
got it. Come on, Makoto. Let's head back.
What?
Didn't you hear me? Hey. We're leaving.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. You and me both, Big Mac.
Don't worry about it. Let's just go.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, get out of here. Shoo.
I think she was just testing to see if he's up in the middle of the night.
So we left and went back to our rooms. Maybe this proves that he just doesn't want us there for sure. But
Goodbye.
then...
So, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hold on.
Yeah, seriously.
Listen, what was that all about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked, and then she shows up late, and we leave without checking a single thing.
I bet you anything she wanted to drop him out.
out.
Don't worry about it.
I figured that would be
okay
the end of
then.
our conversation, just like always, but...
Figured out.
Well then, good
Goodbye.
night.
Sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave...
Oh.
Mukuro
What?
Ikusaba.
Mukuro
Murkrow,
Ikusaba.
like the Pokemon?
You think that's
Mukuro
what it's
Ikusaba.
Kyoko was right
Yeah,
next
she's
to
a
me
good
once
one now.
again,
What's
whispering in
happened?
my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the
pardon?
ultimate
That's who hit
despair.
us in the back of the head when we went into that room.
Is that
Watch
the
out for her.
person
Her?
who conked you
Okay,
over the
no,
head?
it's a
Another
lady?
student, huh?
A lassie? A female Murkrow.
All
Got it.
star apologies.
Kind of weird.
The end.
Looks
So we have an extra student
That's a
now.
lot of students gone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you
Seven
see the
question
report?
marks.
That was,
Oh, I like
that.
that.
That is
Seven
super
with a
See
question
that?
mark.
Oh my
Goodness
gosh.
me.